Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture, just to see how those incidents may or may not affect our daily lives. Listen, I don't have but a little voice left, and a little bit I'm going to go over uh, this story. Um, have had a really bad cold, and it has affected my throat and my voice. And so the longer that I talk, the worse it gets. Okay. So I'm just letting you all know. Um, Again, you see it scrolling down on the bottom of the screen. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Please help me to get to 3,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it. Please make sure you share this video with all the people that you care about and the people that you don't care about. All right. Listen, this is a story that I want to do because I told you all before I was a self-repressed person that was in the gender wars. And it gets tiring because you see right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you stay in those gender wars, whether you are uh, uh, a man wanting and doing certain things and calling women certain things, and if you are a woman doing certain things and calling men certain things, it gets tiring and it gets exhausting. And again, logic completely goes out of the window. It's better if we work together to create the community that we want than to continue to point fingers, because we all have parts to play in what we're doing. But last year, beginning of the year, particularly going into the summer, this was a huge story in the gender wars. So I thought I covered it in the mindset of being in the gender wars, and I want to cover it now, showing what's going on and how that mindset can really, really, for the lack of better word, F you up. All right, let's get in. I'm going to share my screen. I am going to share my screen. Oh, where is this mouse? Come on, share screen. Here we go. This is the story. Woman known as Brick Lady, charged in Houston after being accused of making the whole thing up and raising 42,000 on GoFundMe. Now, if you're not familiar with this story, you probably weren't on TikTok. If you were on TikTok, you're familiar with this story. This woman is named Rhoda Osmond. Rhoda Osmond lives in Houston, Texas. I think she still lives there. I'm not sure. But she would do TikTok videos from what I remember. She would do a lot of skits and things like that, pointing out racist and all this other stuff. So one particular evening, she uploads this video saying that she just got hit in the head in the brick because some guy wanted to talk to her and she turned him down, and her face is swollen, and she has stated that this man has hit her. There were a lot of people. There was a lot of clout chasing around this case. Um, Particularly, there was a guy who said that he was there and he saw the whole situation happen. And then to come to find out, he was living in Memphis, Tennessee. There was a whole lot of other different stories and things like this. But really, the crux of this case was that she, as a quote unquote black woman, was hit in the head by a quote unquote black man. Now, for my diaspora people, this what I'm going to say. This may be offensive. This may be any of those things. It is not meant to, but it is meant to clarify some things that I think that you all have probably heard from Black folks who are ADOS. Apparently, this woman is from a country in Africa. I don't know if she is Eritrean, Ethiopian, or Sudanese. I know she's from somewhere around in that area. So she claimed that a Black American man hit her upside the head with a brick. And then this was one of the stories, and there were others. I think the other story that sparked was the counselor who was outed because she said that Black men needed therapy, which is a true statement. We all need therapy in our. We all do. I do not uh, poof poof or disagree with that. The thing is you got to find a good therapist that meets the needs that you need to have, and sometimes that is difficult. But there's no law that says that you have to find one counselor or one therapist and stick with that person. I've had several therapists for different reasons. I've had several therapists for depression. I've had several therapists in regards to me making significant life changes. um, I've had therapists just because of the fact that there were things going on in my personal life that was too, for me, too big to burden family and friends with. Okay. So you can definitely have different therapists for different needs, and it's okay. I'm here to tell you that. I am that person that will tell you that your mental health is just as important as you treating yourself for high blood pressure, diabetes, uh, obesity, uh, sickle cell, any of those illnesses and diseases that we have. It's just as important. Your mental health is just as important. But don't ramble, Pam, because your throat hurts. Excuse me. Let's go into this. Woman know this article. So this article was written this is click to Houston.com. Let's see. I want to see if they show who wrote the article. They don't show who wrote the article. Okay. So it says here, woman known as Brick Lady charged in Houston after being accused of making whole thing up, and she raised $42,000 on GoFundMe. A woman went viral on social media uh, making claims a man assaulted her with a brick outside a Houston club is now accused of raising tens of thousands of dollars in a GoFundMe. Rhoda Osmond, 33, has been charged with felony theft by deception. According to charging documents, Osmond raised at least $40,000 through a fraudulent GoFundMe that she started in September that claimed she was the victim of a similar attack more than 3 years ago. This is how it started. On September 3rd, Houston police officers responded to an aggravated assault incident. They met Osmond and her female friend during the investigation. Officers reported that Osmond was intoxicated, hostile, and irate. In the original police report made at the scene, Osmond claimed that she was walking in Shoemaker Lane where an unknown man threw a brick at her when she would not give him her phone number, quote the documents show. She also told officers she had ordered an Uber and believed the brick throwing suspect was the Uber driver. Osmond says she got into the car with him and where he then tried to kidnap her, according to documents. Osmond stated that the suspect was involved in human trafficking and had a large group of women in the car with him. A follow up investigation begins on September 15. Detectives tries to reach Osmond, but the number she provided was her friend's number, who was also at the scene when the incident was reported. The friend said she was not from Houston and she went out several places to drink with Osmond, documents show. She said Osmond reportedly called her male friend to come pick them up. When the male friend arrived, said Osmond and the friend got into their vehicle, which was a dark colored sedan. The woman told investigators that she got into the right front passenger seat and Osmond in the back seat with another man. As they were driving, she heard Osmond yell, "Ouch, why'd you hit me?" but stated that she did not hear an argument before she heard Osmond yell. Uh, the friend stated off the record that she did not believe Osmond was hit with a brick, according to the charging document. The friend told detectives the suspect who allegedly assaulted Osmond got out of their vehicle, got into another vehicle, and drove off. She said Osmond went on live on Instagram and that she tried to convince Osmond to call the police. The friend said she did not know the two men she got in the car with and would not be able to positively identify the suspects, according to the document. Then it goes on about Osmond giving the statement to detectives, that there was a surveillance video that told a completely other story. Then it goes on to where the story goes viral, and that's where the gender wars really ramped up over there on TikTok. And so she did start a GoFundMe, and from the last time that I remember this case, she started the GoFundMe, and then the GoFundMe was uh, suspended, and then people started finding out that there were other GoFundMe done by this woman because she has an unusual name, Rhoda Osmond. There was another Rhoda Osmond that started a GoFundMe, and I think that that woman was in Milwaukee. They're saying that they believe that's the same woman. I am not sure. But anyway, we see that she has been arrested. And oh, it talks about her criminal history. Let me read that really quick. And then we're going to read the statement from GoFundMe. According to court records, excuse me, according to court record, Osmond has prior charges in the Virgin Island, Minneapolis. So she was up there in Minnesota, uh, William County, Texas, and Travis County. She's currently on bail for a separate offense from September 2022 for felony assault and domestic violence. So we got a statement from GoFundMe. It says here that GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform and cooperates with law enforcement investigations of those accused of wrongdoing. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. All donors have been refunded, and Rhoda Osmond has been banned from using the platform from any future fundraisers. And this article was written by Brittany Taylor. Is down here at the end. She wrote the article. All right, people. So I just wanted to go. I do again want to show you. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let's see if I can make this picture bigger because I do want to show you this young lady. So whoever, pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl. But this is the young lady. This is Rhoda Osmond. This is the young lady out here scamming folk, starting gender wars and everything like that. But you out here straight up scamming folks. Um, and I know I talked about our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, but one of the things that you will hear from Black Americans is that all skin folks ain't kin folk. Just because you have the same skin uh, complexion doesn't mean that you have uh, best interest in heart. And that's just a real thing. I think I'm trying to craft this the best way I can. You know, a lot of times you have folks come over from the continent that will tell you that they understand what you're going through and they understand the politics and the social implications of what Black Americans go through. But this is another thing to falsely accuse some man of abuse when that didn't happen. All of this happened because you were scamming. You were trying to get money out of the public, you know, uh, fraudulently. And I am of the belief that I don't care if you're black, if you're white, if you are a woman, if you are a man, if you are out here trying to goop the girls, you are out here trying to scam the people, you should be called out. We should see you. We should be able to know who you are, and we should be able to recognize who you are. So y'all take a good look at our diaspora sister right here, who's out here gooping the guys and gooping the girls and getting everybody all lathered up uh, on TikTok with these gender wars. Take a good look at her. I'm gonna take her off my screen, and we're gonna continue on. Again, I apologize for relieving my throat. What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think? I think it's despicable. And the reason why I think it's so despicable is that you are out here scamming people using their emotions. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why I say it's so important that uh, I love my people, good, bad, or indifferent. But one of the things that we are an emotional people. And we like to be satiated in our emotions, whether we're in the fit of sadness, death dealers, death peddlers, uh, where we're in the fit of elation. You know, we're happy and we want to spread our happiness. or whether we want to be satiated through some things. And sometimes in those emotions, we take logic out the window. And this is how so many other communities have been able to distract us in our focus on our stake in this country and making this country a better place, because everybody's able to convince us to pay attention to one thing and not look at the logic or facts. And how they do that is they stir us up emotionally. So what I will say to you is, um, number one, y'all get out of those gender wars. If you are a man, if you are a woman, get out of these gender wars, because there is no logic on both sides in regards to these gender wars. There's just no logic in it. Okay. Coming from a reformed person, there is no logic in it. Number two, if you lead with love, if you lead with logic, and just look at what you're doing, research, think about it. If it doesn't make sense initially, it's not going to make sense on the back end. And if you're so easily convinced that things are the way they are just because someone else said it, because a news outlet said it, because of any of those things like that, you got to read through. You got to go through. You can't just trust one person. You got to get a collective of people to bounce ideas off of, and be willing to accept ideas that are okay. I don't know about that. It is a hard pill to swallow, to accept ideas that are opposite of what you think, until you start to think, oh, it's not really opposite of what I think. It's just another person's viewpoint. They're just coming at it at a different place. But we ultimately want to get to the same place. It's just that you're wanting to get to this place, and that may work for you. And you have to be okay with that. We have to be okay with that. And so I always am open to different points of view. I'm not going to try to convince you of nothing. I'm just going to tell you what I see. I'm going to tell you the facts as I see them. It's up to you to make the decision. It is up to you to make that decision. All right. I think I spent more time on this than I really truly wanted to. Again, you see it scrolling down on the screen. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. I really do appreciate you all. I've got a few other videos that are coming. You will see on this channel that I am moving back into reviews slowly but surely. I have the Monarch, the Legend of Monsters season review. I just did a really quick review on that. Um, I'm going to be coming back. I'm going to watch, I know I'm going to watch The Hamptons, because I realized that it came back on after they told us it was canceled. And I'm going to go back and go over the season, and then you should see that. But I wouldn't look for that for a couple of weeks, because I do have to watch all of the episodes. And as things come in, I am looking forward. The things that I am looking forward to seeing, y'all, I'm looking forward for P Valley to come back. I'm also looking forward for Bel Air to come back. Those are the two shows that I have enjoyed, that I have had great engagement. I had great engagement on Atlanta, but it's, that show has ended, and so I'm looking for newer shows to review. I think I've found a couple of them, but I don't know. Uh, but if you all have a movie or a TV show that you would be interested in me reviewing, put it down in the comments. I'm still going to do my pop culture chats, because that's what brought a lot of you all to my channel. Um, and I appreciate that. I'm still going to do these culture chats. I'm going to be doing the ASAP Rocky trial. Um, I'm going to hit some things on P. Diddy, but not a whole lot. Because, the truth be told, P. Diddy was never a person that I gelled with or kind of liked. And I feel I don't want anything to be overly biased about him, but I will review some of the things going on with him, with the trials and things like that, and some of the things that he's lost. I still have probably a couple of uh, Jonathan Majors videos to do up through his sentencing. I'm still supporting him, and hopefully that he can get um, all of this kind of put behind him and get back into the business of making movies. We do see, follow me on TikTok. Excuse me, not TikTok. Don't follow me on TikTok. You can, but I don't. I'm more on Twitter and here on YouTube. I lurk on Instagram and I lurk on Facebook. So, but I'm mostly more active on Twitter at Pam Entertainment TV. But I have to probably a few more, and then some. I'll probably do how we got here video with Jonathan Majors. And then, like I said, I'll be getting back into my movie reviews, my television reviews, and also, my pop culture chats, picking out topics and going over those. All right, people. I know I said it once, but why not say it again? We do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share my video if you care. Please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell your coworker. Tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos, child. And as always, people, bye bye.